Cherie's job as an entertainer, day 1. Wait, this means the remaining people can listen to your amazing song. Pretend you're on a stage in front of 10 million people. and then you just run up 2 notes.
That's where I leave. Oh, I can't close it again. Help me.
Hello everybody, the theatre's starting again now.
I will now cover the only light source. Are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi.
Why is
Story
this...
time. So, I was out in the desert.
Go, continue, please continue.
And I was just walking along when I saw this dog right there, right in the middle of the desert. And I was like, how in the world is that dog in the middle of this desert? So I went over to it and I said, hey dog.
Go on.
I said, hey dog, how you surviving here? And the dog just looked at me. And that's when I knew this dog knew more than I ever would.
Dog is God.
So I did a few press-ups and I picked the the dog up.
Okay. I don't know why you did press
And I kept, because I needed to be strong.
You needed to prove your worth to the dog.
I needed to bow down to the dog, but it was a bit sandy, so I did press-ups instead. I picked the dog up and I put him across my shoulders on my back like this. And I carried him across the desert floor. And I sung him this song and it went, yo dog, I got you, a dog, oh dog, I've got you, dog. He didn't really seem to enjoy it, but I did, so it was okay. We went on walking for miles and miles and I shared my water with him, I did, but he seemed to be okay anyway. He could survive without that water. I don't know what this dog was. Anyway, I brought this dog home and here he is now. I don't know what to do with him. Dog.
But back in the day, 10 years ago, when he was a little puppy.
He's been with me ever since and he hasn't spoken a word, but I know when I look in his eyes, he knows more than anyone.
He was Einstein. He was Einstein.
He was Einstein's dog.
Amazing.
And that's my story of the time I walked through the desert and found a dog. Can I tell you my story?
Yeah. Okay, what's the story?
That's part of my monologue.
Okay.
Shh. Can I?
Okay, continue.
Can I tell you my story?
Just ignore me.
Okay. Can I tell you my story? My father died at 9/11. Can I tell you my story? My father died at 9/11. After he died, I wouldn't go into his room for a year because it was too hard and it always made me want to cry. But one day, with completely heavy boots, I went into his room anyway. I missed doing taekwondo with him because it always made me laugh. When I went into his closet where his clothes and things were, I reached up to get his old camera with the brown case. But it spun around and fell about 100 stairs. And I broke a blue vase. Inside was a key in an envelope with black written on it, and I knew that Dad had left something somewhere for me that the key opened and I had to find. So I give it to Walt the locksmith, who tells me keys can open anything. By the people, by the zones. I can't remember anymore.
That's okay, I know you're going through a very hard time. This was very hard for her. I mean, it's kind of weird because you won't go in your dead dad's room for 1 year, but you also wouldn't go in your bedroom, which had a tiny spider in it, for a year.
Oh yeah, I can use my real life experiences. Can I tell you a story? There's a spider in my room. After it was in my room, I wouldn't go into it for a year. Because it was too hard and I was going to want to cry. But one day, I put on my shoes and went into the room anyway.
What, to stop the spider?
I didn't do karate because I was too scared. When I opened the door, where my door is, I reached up to get some of my old things. But something fell on my head and dropped down the stairs. And I broke my neck.
It was.
Inside was some food.
Wait, your neck?
I hadn't digested yet because I'd just eaten cake. And
Was this after the cake video?
And I knew that the spider
had set it all up.
So I take it to Aidan, the brother, who tells me, "Oh my god, just go into your room, it's just a spider."
I probably would say that. I'd be like, it's a spider.
I need to do it again. Thanks. Can I tell you my story?
Not you.
Blue is annoying me already. Go away. Can I tell you my story?
I said yeah.
Take the dog away. Blue, I'm not
Dog.
playing. I'm not playing.
Dog. Close.
Can I tell you my story? My father died at 9/11. After he died, I wouldn't go into his room for a year because it was too hard and made me want to cry. But one day,
Great. Just amazing.
one day I found heavy boots and went in his room anyway. I missed doing taekwondo with him because it made me laugh. I remember stuff more when I say that.
That's weird. I remember it more when I felt like an ass.
Alright, press stop. Because Blue is annoying. So, you've heard about how I found that dog in the desert, but I bet you're wondering how I got in the desert in the first place. Well, I was in the Atlantic Ocean and I was just riding the waves. And I stopped and I thought, that's weird. I can't stop on waves. But I'd stopped and I looked up and I swear I saw a dog.
Hello, my child. I am the god of this island.
And I just felt it. I don't know what it was, but I just felt like I needed to get out of this water and into somewhere dry. So where was dry? I thought of the driest place I knew, and I thought of the desert. So I went to the desert. And that is my story.
And she forgot and put a part on why she was in the North Atlantic Ocean. She was looking for me.
I was searching for that swimming dog that they told me about on that telly.
That wasn't it though. There was another thing, and
I was scuba diving. I went so far down and my brain nearly exploded. So I had to come back up and I could never find that dog. I'm glad I found that dog in the sky and that dog in the desert, but I still have not found my sea dog.
Apparently it looks like a seahorse. But the main reason why she even went out there in the first place was because she was looking for the hidden Pineapple Island. Right, that's the end of us.
Pineapple Island?
Yeah.
What? Pineapple Island. Yeah.
Why did you hear about it on the news?
I heard that someone lived in a pineapple under the sea, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Is that the island that you see on like when it goes underwater and stuff?
Well, that's what I thought. But I'm not so sure, you know. I spent many days trying to find Pineapple Island. Because I knew that's where my sea dog would be.
Yeah.
To this day, I ain't never found nothing like it. But I got my desert dog and I got my sky dog.
I almost found the pineapple dog.
You what?
The pineapple dog is another name for the sea dog.
You never told me about that. You never told me you nearly found my pineapple dog. Come on, let's go find it then if you know where it is. I'll get back to you. So I'm back. He did not know where Pineapple Island was.
But I got close. I was actually in a 5-mile radius.
It doesn't matter anyway because I got a new quest. I want to go find that waffle dog that everyone keeps talking about.
Oh, is it that talking dog?
Yeah, that waffle doggy. Such a clever dog. Such a clever dog you are. Not.
We were looking for the pineapple island where the pineapple doggy lives. Supposedly, anyway. A boat sunk though, and it was just a raft. So, like, we were now at the bottom of the South Pacific Ocean, and it was like dark and stuff, like darker than this, and then we managed to find a sunken ship, and then we looked at the sunken ship, and then all of this just happened, and then I don't know what happened to my accent right there. It kind of just disappeared. It tends to do that. It's the audio of this camera. But anyway, after we sunk, we found this area that hadn't been consumed by water. It was safe from practically everything. We're out here in the middle of the ocean. We don't know what's going to happen, and we might never know what's going to happen. But there is one thing I do know. And that's, wait, the light's fixing. Why on earth is happening? That's so bright. But, like, it was crazy. There were whirlpools and tornadoes all over the place. It was insane. But there is one thing I know. We found the sea doggy. Because we found a pineapple under the sea. It was a pineapple under the sea. But all I know is that somewhere in Bikini Bottom, there is the seahorse. I mean dog, sorry. I went to the aquarium a few weeks ago. I'll report back in a few days. Once we found the sea dog, 2 whole weeks later, I met your SpongeBob and Gary. We've managed to fix most devices in the part of the ship. It seems to be like a house ship. We were very lucky that the living quarters had an airlock. I just don't know if we'll be able to survive for another 3 months. What in the middle of the Pacific Ocean is there? Oh my gosh, it's a whale! We're sinking! We're sinking! They're going down!
Yeah, just made me a cup of tea. I bought me a cheesecake. 2 teaspoons, no more, no less.
No more, no less.
That's fine.
Hey, is this my house? No, it's not my house. Where is my house? I just bought it and now I lost my own house. Where's my house?
How's your tea?
Where's your
Oh, good man, Laura. Or Aidan. You did a good job of the tea.
Can I tell you my story?
That's just a piece of rice. I'll tell you my story. Oh, it's just a piece of rice.
Turn your volume down.
Okay.
Time for Tubby bye bye. I can hear the bells.
And rice improves your hearing.
Don't you hear them too?
Good, because I don't like rice.
All because he looked at me and something me.
Something me.
Listen, I can hear the bell.
Yeah, I can hear them too.
Can I tell you my story? Tinga 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 tinga.
That's offensive.
Tales from Africa.
That's even more offensive.
You're a fence and a sieve.
Wait, could you call me a fence and a sieve?
You're offensive.
I know.
Can I tell you my story? My father died in 9/11. After he died.
You died.
Can I tell you my story? I count. There are 472 people with the last name Black. There are 216 different addresses. Some of the Blacks live together, obviously. So I make the very best possible plan. By using the last 4 digits of each phone number, I divide the people by zones. That would help me make sense of things that don't make sense, like him being killed in the building by people who didn't even know him at all. Hazel Black, who's all prayed up and spoke to God. If she spoke to God, how come she didn't tell him not to kill her son, or not to let people fly planes into buildings? Maybe she spoke to a different God than them. And Mr. Black, who hasn't heard a sound in 24 years. Which I can understand because I miss Dad's voice that much. Like when he would say, "Are you up yet?" Or, "Let's go do something." Oh, I missed out the bit that I always miss out anyway. And I met a man, who's a woman, who's a man and a woman all at the same time. It hurts too much. Sometimes I'm afraid I might do something really bad.
Blocking the camera. Please stop.
Oh well.